Maester Aelix here. Just a word of warning, I will not be commenting much on this video because I wanted the characters in the game to speak for themselves. So, thank you all for joining me. On with the show. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Fallout 4. Crazy Shanked. And look at that, Nora's using a gun. And we're right back where we left off, attempting to track down Father, so we can let those synths go, so our boy can explain himself to us. And everything's leading us to the CIT building here. Oh boy, super mutants.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
Splatter your brain!
Hello?
It sounds like these synths got this. Alright. Come along then.
Huh. Guess it was nothing.
I was in error.
Yes, it does seem like nothing. Ugh. Alright. Well, look at him now. Hello, boy.
Son?
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Some air fresheners, a new coat of paint, and it'll all be good as new.
If only it were that simple. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Your unconditional love is overwhelming. I think I need a moment.
I can accept that you're offended. You must understand, though. I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
That's not happening, child. You do not tell me what to do. No one tells Nora what to do. Nora does as she pleases. Isn't that right, Nora? Your little crotch goblin has gotten too big for his britches. Oh yes. He and his little friends will have to be dealt with. First, let's see what our friends on the railroad want us to do. Let's see. Continue working with Father. It seems less desirable. Let's see what Tom wants us to do. Lakeview Apartments? We can do that. Oh, good. These apartments are not too far off. Just over there, it seems.
I've decided to change how I look at things.
Alright then. Apartments. Up there. That seems fairly straightforward enough. Question is, how do we get up there? Let's see, Nora. Let's use your brain and be ingenuitive. So this is going to be harder than you think. Well, it's a lovely neighborhood, though. Not far from the park. Not far from the super duper mart. Normally I suggest you'd use the fire escape, but there's no getting to the fire escape. There we go.
Sound, what is it?
Ah,
Oh, here,
what's up in here? Nothing. And that just... Oh, there we go. This seems to be the way. Now, hopefully there's more super mutants to kill.
Oh, now it's
What?
on.
Who's there?
Huh. Raiders. Who knew you had friends here?
You have to come out sooner or later.
Need backup.
Does she, though?
What noise?
Oh, yes. Definitely raiders around here. At least there used to be. Ah. Up and out. That's the goal. At least there's lots of lovely light. Oh, friendly turret. How nice. Oh. Let's go out then. And another. Transporter. This is invaluable. And finally you. There we go.
You hear me? Some other time, I suppose.
Oh goodness. Such unnecessary violence. I love it. And you love it too, Nora. Yes, yes, raiders are dying, but that's what they do, isn't it? That's what your raiders do as well. You send them out on missions to get them killed, so you don't. That's why I respect you for them, Nora. There we go. And what's this over here?
Hey, you disappear! No fair!
Disappear. Nonsense. There you go. Marvelous, marvelous. And away you go. Oh, another way down. Or is it the same ones as before? What's around here? Ah, more ammunition you're never going to use. Well done, Nora. Well done. Hoarding expertly, as always. Now, just to get out of here. Let the raiders to their proclivities. Yes? Yes. Oh, goodness. A natural, healthy green glow. Ah, there we are. Well, now we just have to talk to Tinker Tom now, don't we? Yes. Alright then. Drummer boy, you going to run up? There you are.
Pam wants to talk with you. She's in back.
She always does.
Up there, assume you're being watched. Always.
Hey, you placed another one of my babies. Bring in that yummy data. You got the time? I got another site we could place another one of my babies.
Interesting.
What if you're here to check out the latest and greatest? That's good.
Not at the moment.
Desdemona.
H222 made it out of the Commonwealth.
Yes.
It's a tradition to down a glass for your first successful run. Well done. I don't want to talk about Black Gold. Carrington is sure to give me an earful about it. Establishing Mercer Safe House is a sign we're on the road to recovery. Thank you.
All right. It seems that we are not yet prepared to talk about the big issues. So what's next? It seems we have to either do the 4-leaf fish pecking plant, which I don't really feel like doing. We'll continue working with Father. Excellent. We'll just go on into the Institute then. Yes. Such energy.
There's a lot of
Very
hubris around
exciting.
here lately, and I don't care for it.
Welcome. Do you require additional supplies?
No. Not at this time. My requirements are different. Apparently I'm required to attend some meeting. I do somewhat hope... Oh, there he is.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's... well, it's important.
Aha. Well then lead the way, young man. Ah. What the hell is up with these chairs? Why do they have spines?
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth.
Really?
Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I have no idea what that is.
I'll admit I'm relieved. It's intended to be something of a classified project, which I'm sure means everyone already knows about it. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
Right. Such hard times down here.
I would never disagree that life in the Institute is better than above ground. We have done much to ensure it. Now, we take things even further. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Whoa. Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ao. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What? You can't be serious.
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
This can't be happening. I only just found you.
I've had the same thoughts more than a few times. But we cannot let this stop us. Our work must continue. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
Oh my, Nora. Everyone just thrusts power at you. Well done, well done. You've conned your own boy into making you the leader. Should be easier to destroy this place from the inside. And with that, I say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. And if you do, please remember to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, and all that wonderful YouTube things. And of course, subscribe. Otherwise, I shall see you all next time.